On this episode of Retro Car Guy 530, I'm going to show you how this baking pan is going to help you save some time and frustration while performing an oil change on a Chevrolet SSR. It's time to change the oil on my 2004 Chevrolet SSR. I have the 5.3 liter LM4 V8 engine in it. It takes 6 quarts of oil with an oil filter change, and it's due based on time. And the time in between oil changes maximum is 1 year, according to the maintenance procedures. Now, the GM Oil Life Monitor is available in the SSR, and it will tell you when to change it if you're driving a good amount of miles on the vehicle in between the 1 year period. But I don't qualify based on the GM Oil Life Monitor. I believe it's at 65%. So it's based on time. It's due for the oil change. So what I'm going to show you how to do is a little quick tip on how to use a common baking item here to make the oil change a little less messy. It actually gets formed into a different shape. I've put it over, in my particular case, I have the Left Coast 32 suspension piece on the backside for helping to stiffen up the suspension on the vehicle. Now it's contoured to that brace, which goes basically right here, and then it hangs off of that, and the oil filter is right here. So you're going to see me go through the oil change with some video here in the next segment, where it just basically drains down through this, and then you can quickly and easily remove this after the oil change. You just hang it up there before you loosen the filter and bring it down afterwards. And it's a lot easier to clean up by removing this and cleaning this item after the oil change than it is for any of the oil that will drip down in behind the Left Coast 32 suspension brace. Or I also have the Simple Engineering stiffening plate. There's a air dam that goes in front of that piece for the Left Coast 32 suspension piece, and oil will drip down on that and get in behind that air dam and then on the top of the stiffening plate. So it's just a lot easier to go ahead and take something from the dollar store like this, shape it like this, and put it over the Left Coast 32 suspension piece, or in the regular suspension pieces for the SSR. You should be able to do something very similar by forming it around that so that it hangs off of that. That way the oil that drips down here will drip down this and drain into your oil drain pan. I'll show you that now.
And now for my makeshift funnel. As I pointed out here, the edge of the oil filter is over the LC32 brace, and then just above the air deflector that goes below it here on the Simple Engineering stiffening plate, and that will tend to catch any oil, especially since I have it up on ramps. You can potentially do the oil change with it on the ground, but it's of course a bit tighter. So given the natural flow of the oil, especially when it's up on a ramp like this, it's going to go into this and it gets quite messy. So I take this inexpensive foil pan from the dollar store or your favorite store wherever you purchase these for like small loaves of bread, and I can contour it to the shape around the bar here, and then I get it to where it just simply goes in there and then goes out over the LC32 brace and then catches on the lip of the stiffening plate here. So when the oil does start coming down, it is caught by that and drains down into the pan. That way I don't have a mess, but I want to make sure I've got the edges here tweaked up so in case it does go down to the side, it is routed in there. So again, just tip it in there, get it up on the brace there, and make sure it's underneath. And it should catch all of that goes down on the back end of it, since that's again the natural flow for gravity at this point. So let's get the oil filter off. Loosen it. Get the wrench out of the way. And you can kind of see the flow that is already catching that. Now as we pull this off, the edge of the oil from the engine might start draining onto the edge there, so let's turn this just a little bit, get a little more flow. Plus, the very tip of this on the bottom here, that acts as a funnel to gear, have it routed towards the drain pan. Now, in this particular case, it didn't seem to get too dribbly on the back end of it there, but I've had a couple times where it flowed and fell into that crevice there on the top side of that brace, and it was just kind of a pain to clean, so I ended up taking that piece off and cleaning it, and this helps avoid it. So about $1 at a dollar store, bend it to the shape necessary, and it's a quick and easy way to save some frustration and cleaning afterwards. Oil filter location and how it's right, the back portion of it is right on by this bar here and the cover for the Simple Engineering support brace, so it's well worth making sure that you don't have to clean it off.
Well, that's my quick tip on taking an aluminum baking pan to be an oil diverter to route the oil from the oil filter area down into your collection pan for your oil change. It's a lot easier to clean up with the mess being in that pan. I just have to clean up that baking pan and store it for the next oil change. So hopefully that's been helpful to you. If you liked the content in this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free. Make sure you hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. Also, check out the description section of the video for links that I have related to this video, which I don't believe there'll be too many since it's just a quick tip video. But if you'd like to support the channel, I do have an Amazon influencer store. Click on that link to go check out the products I've either reviewed or used on the channel. If you do purchase anything through that, I will be receiving a commission from that, but at no extra cost to you. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, I do have a Patreon account where you can subscribe to that on a monthly basis at $1, $2, or $5. And if you'd like to make a one-time donation through PayPal, that link's down there too. Thanks for coming to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.